What's up, visionaries? Welcome back to my channel. And if you guys are new here, welcome. And today, let's talk about Cynthia Lee Fontaine and DENALI. The fandom of RuPaul's Drag Race are having a hissy fit over this extra point that led up to Cynthia Lee Fontaine moving forward in bracket number 3 with two of the other contestants in that bracket, and they feel like that DENALI should have been the queen to get that third spot in that bracket. Now, granted, I'm gonna say this with Acid Betty breaking the tie to see who was going to let the queen go through to the semifinals. Um, the fandom, from what it seems like it was a pity vote, and it was something that it was like, okay, well, we feel sorry for Cynthia Lee Fontaine, and they're really good friends, or it was all favoritism, or if it had nothing to do with the challenges or the fashion runways. It had everything to do with everything beyond what the show is and what they contributed to the show. And I just want to just peel back a little bit and say, yes, two things can be two things can be true at the same time. For sure, Acid Betty was definitely close to Cynthia Lee Fontaine. For sure, everyone's heartstrings were pulled because secretly we're all rooting for Cynthia Lee Fontaine because of what she has gone through with her health and beating cancer into remission. And thank God for that. We are sending nothing but positivity and strong vibes to Cynthia Lee Fontaine. And if you guys think otherwise than that, you guys are absolutely disgusting for you guys not to have the well-being of anybody in particular, especially with the fandom that we're a part of and supporting each and every queen that's on RuPaul's Drag Race, plus our local queens. So, with that being said, everyone should be in support of Cynthia Lee Fontaine and her health and cancer being into remission. And as well as, yes, I'm sure there was alliances made. Yes, that's just how it is. And also, Drag Race, you just don't necessarily there's no rules to playing this game. It's however you feel like however you feel you want to play this game and what's going to be beneficial to you or someone that you want to win. Period, point blank, especially with these extra points being given out to. Now, with saying that, do I think that Cynthia Lee Fontaine did better than DENALI in the third episode in bracket number 3 in the final episode? Absolutely not. I don't think so. I think Cynthia Lee Fontaine did good in the acting challenge and the improv challenges. I think she did good. She was cool. She was cute. I enjoyed it. It was fun. But do I think that she was better than DENALI in the improv challenges? Yes, Cynthia Lee Fontaine was definitely okay. It didn't necessarily make you giggle outright, and it just made you go, it made you smile, and it made you say, okay, Cynthia Lee did that. Like, okay, yes, okay, we were kind of like, okay, is Cynthia gonna do good with this? Is she gonna is her background going, is it going to be a clutch for her? Is the translation going to translate? But it really did, and I'm glad that it did. And so it was kind of like, okay, she did cute, it was cool for her. But do I think that DENALI started off a little like, okay, it was like, okay, where are we going to go with this? But she definitely excelled when they got into the 2 date improv scenario. I think that she really actually made me laugh out loud with that situation. And saying that, also, you got to take into consideration, obviously, the main challenge is going to be a bigger portion of the win to me, but you also have to count in the fashion runway. And for Cynthia Lee Fontaine to do that on the fashion runway was absolutely crazy to me. Like, that was crazy to me for her to do that. For her to be a seasoned queen, for her to be on Drag Race as many times as she done, and for her to literally bring St. Patrick's Day decorations and paste it on her body and wrap it around her body was absolutely crazy. Now, the sentiments of why she picked those colors and why she wanted to do that. I 100% love that idea, but the execution of it was crazy. Denali murdered that situation between Cynthia Lee Fontaine and Denali, in my personal opinion. And if I had to just have a scorecard between those two contestants, Denali and Cynthia Lee Fontaine, for sure, Denali should be able to move forward to the semifinals, in my personal opinion. But at the same time, there's no rules to this drag race game. And granted, yes, I know we are rooting for our favorite queens. We are rooting for the people that we like. We are rooting for the people that we want to support. But it's not that serious. It's just really, really not. And I hope that you guys really can understand that, and all the negativity. Because, I mean, let's just be real. Let's just be honest. What you see is what you get with Cynthia Lee Fontaine. This is why everyone freaking loves her. This is why there's really hardly anybody that just does not dislike her. I mean, there's really no one that dislikes Cynthia Lee Fontaine. There's just not, because what she sees, what you see on the screen, is, from what I understand from other queens that I know that know her, she definitely is exactly the same way. And you feel that. You feel the nurturing. You feel the love. You feel the authenticity. You feel like you just want to say, oh, damn, I would love to have a friend just like that. I would love to have a mentor just like that. I would love to have someone in my life just like that, because I know they have the well-being for me and want me to do great. And Cynthia Lee Fontaine is exactly just like that. And this is why I was even conflicted, like, damn, that sucks. Like, because if it wasn't Cynthia Lee Fontaine that moved through, I probably would have went off more on the damn reaction video, to be truthfully honest. But it is Cynthia Lee Fontaine, and is that fair for me to think like that? And should I put those feelings into consideration? Like, I shouldn't technically, but I did, and it was kind of like, okay. Granted, I still said I would have picked Denali. I am still gonna stay true to my word about that. But I just was like, okay with Cynthia Lee Fontaine moving forward. Now, if I didn't have those feelings, and if I was just looking strictly off of what was presented on Drag Race, for sure Denali should have got my vote. And just everyone just like kind of chillax. And I understand Denali probably feels some type of way. And obviously it was like manufactured for certain individuals, but I don't think it was manufactured for Cynthia Lee Fontaine to get ahead of Denali, if you get what I'm saying. So I just don't think that it was that situation. I just think that, girl, at the end of the day, the pie was cut and the pieces were laid, and this is just what happens. This is what happens in an all-star season, when the queens have the chance to vote on who they want in this competition. And at the end of the day, Cynthia Lee Fontaine had the cards in her favor, darling. And this is exactly what happened. I am praying and I'm hoping that Denali is one of the queens that goes back into this competition for that wild card segment. I really, out of all the queens, I really hope Denali is the one queen that really truly gets that. Out of all the brackets, out of all the queens that did not make it to the semifinals, I definitely want Denali to move forward, for sure, in my personal opinion. And but yes, again, I am rooting for I'm rooting for Cynthia Lee Fontaine. I enjoy her. I like her so freaking much. And the discourse around Cynthia Lee Fontaine and just why she shouldn't be there, it became negative and so toxic, and it became personal at this point, because you guys bring up like the cancer aspect of a pity vote, and oh, it was rooted because they just wanted to give her this sympathy vote, or they're just friends and that's why it had nothing to do. Like, listen, we understand. Okay, great, all right. But that's just what it is. It is what it is. I just don't want you guys to come down so hard on Cynthia Lee Fontaine. And also, let me know what you guys think. from what I said in this video, do you guys agree with what I had to say? Do you guys agree with Denali moving forward into this semifinals, or do you think it was good that Cynthia and Lee Fontaine ended up going and moving forward? I also have a poll on my community tab, so you guys can definitely check that out. And yeah, I want to hear what you guys have to say and be honest, be truthful about it. And I just had to make this video because it was so much like going on the past couple of days that I was just reading, and it was just kind of like, I cannot not say anything about that because I understand where Cynthia's come. I understand why she moved forward, but I also don't want her to feel bad because she moved forward, you know? But yeah, that's just my sentiments on that. I just wanted to make this little video for that, and obviously want you guys to say your opinion about it, and don't be shy and don't be afraid and don't be scared about having a different opinion than myself, because other people really might feel the same way that you do, because the poll right now as we speak, it looks like people have different ways to feel about it. And truthfully, honestly, I just like to hear what everyone has to say about this. And but yes, other than that, you guys, please give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, and share this video on all your social media platforms. And now we're going to be moving into all the brackets coming in together on episode number 10, which is going to be so crazy and so interesting to literally have Diabetti, Mistress Isabel Brooks, and Irene the Alien all together in one freaking episode. The battle of the freaking personalities, darling. That's going to be crazy and interesting. It's either they're going to group together or they're going to be coming together and at a head, and it's not going to be good and it's not going to be pretty, but I'm excited about it because I want to see how this all unfolds. But yes, you guys, oh yes, and first things first, Patreon is going to be the first people to see the full unedited reaction, as well as the untucks that are going to be exclusively on Patreon, plus stuff that I do not even post onto YouTube. So make sure you guys check that out. And of course, like always, visionaries, life is your vision. It is whatever you make it, as long as you make it freaking fabulous. Into the next one. Bye.